Her brother was standing stock still in the middle of the street. His face had drained of colour except for the crimson of his open mouth, and his chest was working up and down like a sparrow's. "Arthur?" she repeated, voice faltering against the wind. He slumped forward, and her world crashed apart. Thomasina ran over to him and crouched down. She saw his hands glow pink with exertion in the cold as he panted on all fours. Arthur, her brother, chest heaving. Arthur, her rival, unable to breathe. Arthur, her second self, lips turning blue. "What's happening?" she cried. He couldn't speak, but coughed instead. The tears that leaked from his eyes were swallowed by the snow beneath him. I'm going to get help," Thomasina said, stumbling to stand. She didn't want to leave his side, but what else could she do? She scanned the silent street. The sprawling lanes making up this tiny corner of London weren't dominated by night trades, unlike in other areas of the city, or the streets they'd left behind. But there was a sleepy candle sputtering in the upstairs window of the apothecary's they'd just passed. She ran over, splinters piercing her skin as she banged on the door. "Help!" she screamed. The candle in the window was blown out. No footsteps came. The inhabitants of these streets were used to late-night scuffles. In this neighbourhood, it was common for people to look the other way when they heard strange noises at night. Behind Thomasina, Arthur was wheezing even more than he'd been when she'd left his side, and she ran to him, feeling ice slice through her skirts as she rubbed his back. "Arthur, I'm here," she gulped. "I'm here, and I'm going to get help." Quick," he whispered. "Help!" she screamed again, her voice splitting itself apart. Silence greeted her. She knew what she had to do. "I need to find someone, Arthur," she whispered. "I'll be back soon." She couldn't look at him. Her heart was beating so frantically she felt sick. Quickly turning, she ran to the streets beyond, boots slicked in slush as she skidded round a corner, chest straining, and saw a lit window. Several people were laughing inside a tavern. "My brother can't breathe," Thomasina shouted. But in their drunken haze, the people inside were slow to move, and most of them just sat, unmoved, in their seats. She couldn't wait for them. She was worried that, if she did, it would be too late to reach Arthur in time. She ran as fast as she could back to him, tears obscuring her vision as she hurtled through the snow. When she dropped to her knees in front of him, she saw her brother's face had turned blue. A couple of men hurried to catch her up. She heard them gasp when they saw Arthur. "The boy! Good grief! The Burgess kid!" "Arthur!" she whispered, so harshly she heard her voice tear in pieces. "Talk to me!" Hands shaking, she ripped apart the layers surrounding him, the cloak from around his neck and the collar from his shirt, but knew this wasn't enough as he shuddered. "Arthur!" Thomasina gulped. "Arthur!" She looked at the person she loved most in the world as his cold fingers trembled on her own, and knew her brother was beyond words now. "Just hold on a bit longer." "You'll be all right, Arthur. I know it," she said, but the rest of her words died in her throat. Arthur collapsed onto the snow where he lay still, face turned towards her. Motionless, his closed eyes glimmered out their final tears as the wind sang and danced around them. Chapter 2. The Frozen River. 4 years later. The Great Frost! It snaked down necks, sliced through bones, and made all the knees in London quiver. Ice and snow crept into